So it's comments like these that make me think Nintendo made the right business decision. Because you're saying Arceus looked so good, but at the time Arceus came out, which was only about a year ago, people were complaining about how shitty it looked. It had the same frame rate issues we're seeing in Scarlet and Violet right now. And people said, why was it rushed? And Nintendo's trying to take our money. All the same complaints. But in less than a year's time, people have forgotten about that, and people are looking at Arceus pretty well. The memory is positive. And so I think Nintendo making a game that focuses on gameplay, even though it has serious performance issues, was probably the right decision from a business standpoint, because there's going to be a lot of people raising pitchforks right now, and then they're going to get distracted a month down the line, and then a year from now, people are going to remember it fondly, just like we're doing with Arceus. This is the Pokemon cycle. Pokemon fans find something to complain about every Pokemon game. They complained about Arceus, they complained about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, they complained about Sword and Shield, and now they're complaining about Scarlet and Violet. But in the end, the sales don't represent the complaints. Nintendo still made major money. And remember, Sword and Shield had DLC, so it wasn't like Nintendo made a bunch of promises and then didn't deliver on them. People got to play Sword and Shield, and they could have stopped purchasing, but they kept purchasing. They kept purchasing DLC after it came out. They were okay with the quality of that game. Nintendo knows that the people who complain about Pokemon games are a very vocal minority. Business-wise, Scarlet and Violet was made exactly how it needed to be made. It focused primarily on gameplay. But the thing about focusing on gameplay is the very hardcore crowd isn't going to care about that because they play Pokemon Showdown, which looks like ass as well. And the casual crowd isn't going to care because it's Pokemon. They'll play Pokemon no matter what. So the only people this is upsetting is a very, very small sliver of people who complain about Pokemon anyway. And Nintendo looks at that as an acceptable loss.